Okay, this started. Yeah. Hello everyone. For the lab of today, you will be using maps in Java, such that for the first exercise, you will have multiple employees, and every employee is characterized by a name and other attributes, as well as you can add the address, or you can have the first name, last name, blood type, so on, such that inside you will store them in an array list. So you will have in this way duplicates. Then you want to add them inside a map. So map is a collection where you have key value pairs. Okay, so for the key, which is your identifier, for example, you have your personal numerical number or CNP in Romanian, or social security number in US. And here, this is based on the name. You can put the family name. You will have a value for employee. Then you want to scan the name from the keyboard and to see whether or not this name exists, such that based on it, you will have them displayed on your screen. All right, so first of all, we will have the class regarding employee. Okay, this is what I created. One, I will add the new. So we have lab 5 and we have employee. Okay. And for this employee, I will have a private string name. I can have a private string CNP, so social security number. And being an employee, I can have the salary, such that we use generate for the constructor. So, in order to, this is not the purpose of this lab. This is what you studied last year for programming languages. So we just generate them without having to write them one by one. So as you can see, you have the class which is created. Then what you need to have, I will have lab5 driver. Okay, so driver is a class where you have just the void main, so the functionality. Whether you have multiple classes, you can test them all inside this driver, and you have them separated such that you know that inside the file X I have the information about a kind of object, then in another file I have another object, and in my driver I simply reunite everything and I have the main functionality. Such that here we have the public static void main string args. Okay, and I want to store everything inside an array list. So I can define an array list of type lab5 employee. And I will have my employee list as being new. It wants to import it. Okay, let's write an array list. It's going to be left empty because it's the same. And let's import it. So you will have this Java util. Come on. Java util slash in the star. All right. So we took it from there. Then inside my employee list, I want to add a new instance of this employee. So I will have new employee, new lab5 employee of, as you can see, you have name, CNP, and salary. They are just above, so as a hint. Let's say we have the name. Let's see like this, and I have some salary. Let's take this one like this. Okay, then I have several instances. So let's copy paste. All right. Change some digits. change salary. Okay, and also it can have duplicates from what I recall. Let's see. Then inside we also want to use this map. So here in the map you have for every identifier. For example, you can put or your CNP or the name such that you can search based on it. You want to find your employee instance. So you can see it as being based on a primary key. You have the entire row for your employee. And this means that you have a map based on our CNP, okay, on the name. And you have an employee, and this would be my E-map. Okay, and this is my lab 5 employee, the one which I defined. Okay, this will be a new hash map. All right, so you store it based on the identifier. Also, you have here a string and an employee. Good. Then you will have to populate it such that you will have for every lab 5 employee. Okay, I have my, let's say, E. From the list, which I have this employee list, what I need to do is to put inside the map. So we have E-map. I need to put the key, which will be E.name, but it's better according to the CNP. This is more adequate for your primary key. Okay, and based on it, I also want E. All right, then what we will have is to also have scanner. So to see whether or not, based on the key, I do have that employee. Okay, so let's see. We will have scanner, which exists inside Java util. And for this scanner, let's say yes, we have a new scanner based on the system.input. So this is why you have system.in. After which you will want to find that CNP in this case to know whether or not you have it. So let's have a message. Enter the searched CNP. All right. And what we have here is to read this CNP, for which I want to find out whether it exists or not. So this is s.next. Okay, and I get a value. Now I need to find out whether or not it exists inside my map. So we will have if my map of emap. And now we have several functions. So we have contains key or contains value. So we will search based on the key according to your CMP for which you're searching. And whether it is true, we will have cout. In this case, we have this emap that we have the get. Okay, and it's according to my CNP. Okay, and for it, I want to have the toString, and this means that I need a toString to be inside my employee. So I have to generate it. Okay, good. And if not, yes, there is no such person. No person exists under that CNP. Okay, let's see. So we can search. Okay, and you can see that we have this record, which is Yonel, according to our CNP. And let's do it again. And this time, say it's this one. and we have no such person. Then if I would like to see all my values, okay, this would be the case where you have the map and you need to iterate through the whole map. So this is when you will have an entry. So this is for my map dot, and as you can see, you have an entry for which you have the CNP based on the type string, and the second argument is of lab5 dot employee. So this is the type. Okay, and this is in fact my employee. Okay, I take it from my emap uppercase dot entry set, based on which I can display one by one. So we will have key value pairs. So I have key V. So my key value pair is in fact, check, I will have E dot get key. Then I have a comma separator, and I have E dot get value, based on which I also want to close it. So let's run it again. Okay, it will want to search on some CNP, it doesn't exist. And then we have one by one. And as you can see, Mr. Yonel, so being search based on the CNP, it exists. Okay, and you will have just one record for him. So always key value pairs, you see it as being this key as a primary key. The primary key is unique. Okay, and this is why you store them. So these two, they seem similar, but in fact this digit is different as well, as you have this 6. So whether you do have the same CNP, as I did add here, the same CNP for Mr. Yonel, it appears just once. All right. So let's see, any questions based on this example? I will simply paste the solution inside the chat. So we have the employee. Okay, and then you just have to create the map. This is a map created based on an array list which can contain duplicates. You read from the keyboard value. Okay, so when you read it, it is of type string, and then you want to search based on it. So you have the contains method, and you can get an element according to a specific key, such that this specific key is in fact the personal numerical number. So it is a better identifier than a name, because the name of the person, it can be repeated, so it is not unique. Okay, and then you have them one by one. So you simply go through the entry set and you have the key value pairs. Let's throw this here. Okay, I will also add the archive at the end on Moodle. All right, let's see. The second exercise, it's much more complex. This is the case when you've got a touristic package. And this touristic package, in fact, it is characterized by a name, you have an identifier for it, a certain price, but as well as a list of attractions, okay, where each and every attraction has the name as well as its location. So where it is placed, in which country, city, village, okay. Then this will be the case when you need to create several packages, okay? And for these packages, you have several attractions which can be repeated also. So this is why, okay, you also want to store them inside a list of packages. Then you want to determine which would be the most popular attractions. So this means that for every attraction you need to count how many times it appears. So it is best suited as a collection to have a map based on a key value pair, such that the key is the attraction and the value is in fact the number of times of occurrences for that attraction. Okay. After that, we would like to see also the number of sales. So we will have, for example, for 2 touristic packages, if we have 2 attractions, okay, which have punctuation, it appears 2 times, then you have 2 out of 10, okay? So it will be based on how many attractions you've got. But I also want to see the popularity. So the popularity is also based on how many attractions exist. So this is why the value it is of type double. So let's see how I want to solve it. First of all, we start from the most isolated class. This will be attraction, okay? Because attraction also exists as part of a touristic package, because a touristic package has multiple attractions, so it needs a collection of attractions. Then we have a new Java class. Let's call it Lab 5 of attraction. Okay. And for this attraction, I will have a private string name. I have a private string location. And now the traditional part, we have constructors, getter setters, as well as the toString, such that I don't want addresses if I want to print this kind of object. I just want to visualize its content. So toString. Ta-da! And that's your attraction. So as you can see, in less than a minute, you already have a class. Okay, because something like this you will receive for your test, which you will have from collections. Then what I need to have is a touristic package. So in here we have lab 5 of touristic package. Okay, what does a touristic package have? Well, as you can see, you have here a name, identifier, price, list of attractions. All right, so let's see. Here you have a private string name. Then you have a private ID. Okay, you have the price. It can be double or mint. Okay, let's put it here. As well as you have packages, and you have 2, 3 attractions, and it says make sure that some attractions repeat in some packages. So this is the case when you don't want it to be unique, like in a hash set, you want it to appear several times. So this is the case when here you will have an array list. Okay, so you should be just attentive at the words which are used. So this is a lab 5 attraction. Okay. And here we have my attraction list, a list of new array list. Okay, and we need to import java.util and with the star to have everything. Okay, and now again I need my constructor. Okay, this list is empty, so it can exist or not. It is already empty. Let's just erase it. Okay, and we also have the getter setters and the toString. So having all of these, okay, we can move forward such that you will have to define everything that exists for your touristic package. Okay, so in this case, I will have my Lab5 driver for my touristic package. Okay, let's see. First of all, this is a test class. So we need a public static void name string args. Good. Then I want first of all to define several attractions because they will exist inside several touristic packages. So I will have attraction A1 as being new attraction and you have the name of your attractions. It can be 10 castle, for example, and okay, in Sinai, and you can continue like this. Tuck, tuck, tuck. So let's see. You will have attractions 5, 6. Okay, you can have a museum. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Okay. And okay, just as an example. Then you will have to have several packages such that we have a touristic package. And this was with L5, but it's the same thing. It's absolutely the same. It's the same. Okay. Let's add one link. Okay. As I played before with this attraction. Okay. Let's have F5 of touristic package 1, TP1, as being new. And I have touristic package, and this one has a name, package 1, an identifier 1, and some price. Okay. For this one, yeah, this is with L5. Thank you. For this one, I will be adding multiple attractions. So P1 that I will have to add P1 dot. For TP1, okay, I will have to add attraction, add array list. Okay. It will be to add the array list of attractions. So we will have to add them one by one for your touristic package. Okay, let's go here. Such that we have a public void, let's say add attraction, not to create the array list and to initialize it. Okay, so we have the L5 of attraction, and inside it I have my this dot a list dot add of my attraction A. Okay, tuck, and now I have TP1 add attraction A1, A2, A3, and as well as we can also have duplicates. Okay, so I can add another museum, for example. Then we have several packages, so I will copy paste this. Touristic package 2. I have my package 2 identifier 2. Let's say 100. Alright, and for my touristic package 2. Let's see, A1 to remain. We have an A4. Let's see, we also have this one. Okay, so you will have multiple attractions. Touristic package 3. Okay, touristic package 3 receives attraction. I ended in 5. So it's 5, 6, and I also have 1. Okay, it is enough for the purpose of this demo. Then, okay, I will also have all my touristic packages. So I have an array list and I can store my touristic package. Okay, I will have a touristic list. Didn't it have what? It doesn't have. Java.util. Okay, let's start. Okay, new array list tag. Good. Inside it, inside my T list. Okay, I will have to add touristic package 1. Okay. 2, 3. Good. Then I want to see the frequency of each and every attraction, meaning that, okay, I will have a map. So I will have to have a collection with the key value pairs, where for my attraction, which is of type lab5 attraction, I need to provide a score. So it can be of type int. Okay, this integer. Good. Then this is how many times I did buy each and every. So this would be both attraction. Let's say ADD. Good. And this is a new hash map of that one. Good. Inside it, okay, I will have to parse and to go through each and every touristic package. So for my L5 of touristic package, PP, okay, I will have to go inside the list, okay, which is this T list. And for my T list, I will have an attraction, L5 of attraction. Let's say it's A out of my PP dot get attraction list. So I need to enter the package. Inside the package, I have a list of attractions. And now I need to check if my map, both attraction, contains the key attraction. Okay. It means that what I need to do is to get the temporary value that exists for my map, okay, which is my broad attraction that get based on the key, which is my attraction. Then what I need to do is to increment it because it was found, and I need to update it. So my both attraction will have a put based on my key A needs to have the replaced value. Okay. So this is when the key exists. Else, it means that the key does not exist. So for my attraction A, I need to say attraction that I need to have a put such that my attraction has an occurrence of 1. Okay. And this is how you assign for each and every attraction, which is the number. Now I want to see the number of occurrences. So let's see out. In this case, we have the pairs such that count occurrences per attractions. Let's say this. All right. It means that current got 4. What I have inside my map, I need to get an entry such that my entry is of lab 5 attraction, And for this attraction, I have the score, which is integer. So this is in fact my entry. For my entry, I need to take it from the map with broad attraction, for which I need to access the entry set. So I get one by one each and every pair based on the keys and values. Okay. Then for it, I need to display. First of all, I have my attraction, which I access using entry.getKey dot, let's say get name. And I will have has the frequency tuck. Okay, and this would be based on my entry. I need to access the value. All right, so let's run it from here, because else if I run it from here is the previous example. Good, so I have each and every attraction. Let's see, museum is A1. A1, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it appears 3 times. Attraction 2, this is 1 and again 1. As you can see, it also displayed. So IntelliJ also shows you where it appears. A3, 3 times, okay, and the others are just 1. Good, so let's have them. Okay, this is the number of occurrences for each and every attraction. Now, the problem also says that you want this popularity, okay, so to see how many times it was bought. Okay, so we need to compute this popularity. Okay, so compute the popularity per attraction. Okay. This means that I need to store it inside another map, okay? And the popularity is in fact its frequency, okay, based on the total number. Then this means that I will have a map of L5 attraction. Okay, and for my L5 attraction, which you've seen, you will have a double value, okay, because I need to divide. And I will have my popularity matrix, which is a new, this Hashmap, tuck, tuck, tuck. Okay. Then equals, equals the shift. Okay, now we need to count, okay, to have the total number of purchased attractions. Okay, so we have the total amount of purchased based on attractions. Check. Good. So we have the int total as being 0 at the beginning. Then I will have to go through each and every entry. An entry of type attraction and integer. It is the previous collection which I did define for each and every attraction. Okay. Then based on it, this is an entry of mine which I need to take from this both attraction. Okay. Yeah, this is with L5 again. Okay. And we have it based on the entry set. Now it's good. All right, so we have it one by one, meaning that total will be with plus equal entry. This is my entry E dot get value. Okay, so we know the number of these purchased attractions one by one. Okay, so if I have Cout, I can have number of attraction visits, which is in fact this total. Okay, Then I want to find out the popularity. Okay, this is the step when I have it. Then it means that I have again a for. I have a map dot entry of lab 5 attraction. Okay, and I also go through my integer value, which is, I can put it again as being an entry, okay, based on also the both attraction of entry set to parse it. Okay, we are inside. And now I need to find exactly whether this appears or not and whether it exists already inside my popularity metric, this map. If pop map, so it is like before, that contains, okay, the key, which is in fact e dot, and I have, okay, the key based on the key. So I compare one key with another. All right, I will have this double, okay, the temporary value as being double. So we need to cast the value of my entry, which is e dot get value. So I want it to be double. Then I will have my temporary value as being temporary divided by total, such that my popularity map will have the put. So we need to update. In fact, my e dot get key, it remains the same attraction, and I have the new value of temporary. If not, it means that it doesn't exist anymore. And in this case, I will have my double temporary value as being double dot, and I have this value off. Okay, I again get this value, which was over here. So e dot get value. Okay. And in this case, I need to have it equal to 10 dot total, and it gets simply updated. So whether it contains or not, okay, if you have it, you update it. If not, you also add it. So in fact, you recompute it in both cases. Okay, so you have the put of e dot key and temporary. Okay, then you want to display your results, okay, display popularity results, such that in this case I would like to define a decimal format, okay, let's say df decimal format. It will be a new decimal format such that, yeah, okay, you can have the pattern, which you can define how many digits you want before and after your comma, so how to appear, okay, and you will have also, well, you can define a set rounding mode, such that in this rounding mode you have rounding mode and it can be the ceiling, okay, so not the floor to be down but to be rounded upwards. All right, then we have the popularity map results. So we have let's see, pretty. Okay, meaning that we need to have a for based on the entry. Okay, entry, which is of type lab5 attraction. Okay, as well as double. And for my entry, let's say E, I take it from my popularity map and I need to enter the entry set. Okay, based on which I display which is my attraction, and it's e dot get the key, get key, and based on the key I want just to get its name. All right, has popularity, And based on the popularity, okay, I need a plus, and I put it here. This is when I need to format. So we have the df dot format my entry of this get value. So I need to format a double value. And let's see, based on the current number of occurrences. So you have the total, the number of attraction visits according to how many packages were bought. And based on it, you have each and every attraction which is computed. Okay. And you have every one of them of this format, such that after the comma, you have just 3 digits afterwards. And you will do the rounding, so you will have more digits after this value, so you just round it according to it, because here you will have something like a period. Okay, so it's 6, 7, and so on. Okay, so this is a good way to have them simply displayed. So keep in mind that for your test, which you will have based on collections, you need to find out which would be the classes. Like here you have attraction, touristic package, and then you need to read the requirements such that you need to check whether you do have more copies, how do you store them, because it won't be specified for you to use a map to see how many times each attraction was bought. Okay. This you will have to define, or whether it tells you that you want to find some popularity, or for each, or in general, to find out which would be the general price of a certain touristic package, or maybe you have this touristic package based on years and you want to see how the price changed. Okay, you will have another map based on this double, okay, to have them one by one. So I will simply paste here. Okay, you will have the attraction first of all. Because after the attraction, you have the touristic package, which contains these attractions which can be repeated. So this is why you did choose an array list. Okay, and then you also have your driver when you have each and every computation done based on popularity, based on average occurrences. It doesn't want to paste it. Come on, without the decimal. Great. Without this 4. Okay, until compute popularity. So it starts from here. Da-da-da. Anyway, I do the archive and I paste it on mode. So let's see, I will stop the recording. And if you have any more